Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Meier, and I'm going to do a little art lesson with you today. I'm going to share my screen and go through it, and we will be able to see step by step how we do this project. So first off, we're going to be doing an op art lesson, and I'm going to go over a little bit of the 7 elements of art. But first, the supplies that you're going to need for this project are a piece of paper. Doesn't matter really what size, as long as it's not too small. It doesn't have to be a certain shape, a square, rectangle. A pencil, a white colored pencil, a black marker, and then a ruler or something with a straight edge that'll help you draw straight lines. So first, though, we're going to go over the 7 elements of art. The first being line. So line is just what it is, a line. But a line can come in many shapes and sizes. So short line, long line, a straight line, curved line, squiggly line, just line. And then the next would be shape. You could use those lines to make a circle or a square or a horse or a chair, just any shape. The next would be form. So form is where you take those shapes or lines and give them form. You make them 3D, make them have more of a feeling of realism. And then there is space. So how you put your lines, your shapes, your forms on your paper in order to show space, like something is large or small or close or far away. And the next one would be texture. So you would use lines or whatever you would want to use to create the look of texture. So you would have maybe some little tiny lines to show something being furry or smooth or rough. And the next one would be value. So value is going to show light and dark. So it's going to show whether something is shadowed or showing that there's light somewhere or sunlight. And it doesn't necessarily need to be black or white. You could, show value with a dark pink versus a light pink. So that would be that. And the last one was color. So color is just as it is, color, using red or green or blue. And you use that to express art. You could, realism would show a apple being red, but by all means, you could make it purple or whatever color you would want to. So these 7 elements of art are basically the building blocks of art. So just like in science, if you've seen the periodic table, those are all the elements. They're all the building blocks of all living things, all the atoms that can be put together to create all things that are here on Earth. And so if you take certain atoms, you put them together and you get certain living things or non-living things. So if you took 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, you're going to get water. And that's pretty simple, just the 3. Or you could go and have 3 carbon, 22 hydrogen, 11 oxygen, and you end up with sucrose or sugar. So just like with that, you can, in art, you can go as simple or as complex as you want. You could just use 1 or 2 of these elements and create your masterpiece, or use all of them in many different ways to create what art you wanted to create. So that's just a basic knowledge of some art terms. And so we'll get into our project today. So our project is going to be op art. So what is op art? Op art, or optical illusion art. So just like it is in its name, it's a style of art that intentionally exploits that oddity of human perception that gives the human eye the ability to deceive the human brain. So in other words, by manipulating patterns, shapes, colors, um, and forms, you can create art that fools the eye, confusing viewers into seeing something more than is actually there. Just like this example on this page is looks like a ball that's maybe bursting out of the canvas. Here's a few other examples of some op art or optical illusion art where there's a cube, there's a zebra, and there's a piece of paper that looks kind of torn and showing the galaxy. So using these line and form and value, shape to kind of make you see something or make it feel like it's popping out or make it like it's 3D or see something that's not really there. These are all actually flat pieces of art. So we're going to get into our op art project today. So our op art project for today is going to be this one where it looks like it's folds of fabric or folds or paper cones that look 3D. And this is a video, so you can stop and pause. I'm going to do it step by step. So whenever you get to a certain point, you can pause the video and then, catch up and do that step and then resume on to the next step. Or even if you're going to not finish it today, and come back to the video and get to the step that you were at and finish it. So don't worry about that. So we'll move on step by step. So the first step, step one, is to take your paper and your pencil and your ruler or whatever straight edge you're using, and you're going to start with 6 straight lines that intersect. So they all meet in the middle. And it doesn't necessarily have to be directly in the middle of the piece of paper, but they all have to meet in the middle. So if you draw from one edge of the paper to the other edge of the paper, and then you do another one, make sure it crosses the previous line. So if you do 6 lines, you're going to end up with 12 wedges or slices of pizza here. So we did 6 lines and then we ended up with the 12 wedges. So that's step one. Step two is to draw a series of concentric curved lines, alternating the direction of the curve with each slice. So what that means is you're going to take one slice. So let's look at this slice here. And we're going to make a series of curved lines. And in this slice, they're all going to go outward. The curve points outward. And then in the next slice over, since these were going outward, we're going to point this curve inward. And then go to the next one and alternate, back outward. And then the next one back inward until we make it all the way around. And you can do as many as you want, as close together as you want, or as far apart. This is your art. So you can do it however you want until you finish the whole, go all the way around and finish with all your curved lines. The next step, step 3, is you're going to start from the center and lightly label every other space on each slice with a B, alternating the spaces on the next slice. So you're going to start with the slice. So here, start with this slice of pizza here, and we're going to do a B, no B, B, no B, B. So every other. And then in the next slice, we're going to do the opposite ones. So alternate. So this one would be no B, B, no B, B, no B. And then again, keep going until you've made it all the way around. So you would have every other space have a B. This is going to make it much easier for the next step, which is step 4, is you're going to color in each space labeled with the B with a black marker. So every one that had a B in it, you're going to color it black. That just labeling them just helps you that you don't end up making a mistake and accidentally coloring in a space that should have been white or anything like that. So you have every one that was labeled with a B, you color in that section with the black. And you'll end up with this so far. So then the next step, step 5, is using the white colored pencil, and you're going to color the center of each black section. So every black section, you're going to color down the center of it with the white. You might have to press kind of hard in order to get that to really show up on the black, and then you can kind of like fade it out towards the sides. But the center would have white. So every black section, you color the white down the center till you've done all of them. And that's where we're at. And then that will take us to the last step. Step number 6 is then you're going to just use your regular pencil and you're going to color along the outside edges of the white sections. So you take each white section and you just kind of color with your regular pencil along there. So if you notice with the white and then the black of your pencil, you're creating values. So you have dark, which is showing a shadow, and then light, which is showing a highlight. So again, this last step is you take your pencil and every white section along the outside edge of the white section, color with your pencil. Not real dark, just kind of shadowing it. So till you get all the way around. And that would be your finished project. And it is pretty cool. So thank you for watching, and be sure to send me pictures of your completed projects. You can send them to me at lmeier@edkey.org, and I will give you extra credit points if you can tell me which elements of art are used in this project. So thank you for coming.